This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 12th day of July in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Guyana's Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Barrett, has denied that he was questioned or interrogated by U.S. authorities upon arrival in New York on Thursday evening. However, he has stated that courtesies were extended to him when he arrived in New York and he chatted with agents about Guyana's development plans. Contacted via WhatsApp today, the minister, who posted photographs on Facebook this afternoon outside a U.S. hospital where it is believed his father is hospitalized, told news source that he was not detained or interrogated. He said no questions either, and it was courtesies, and that they were chatting about Guyana's development. Further questioned about whether the U.S. officials who were seen escorting him through JFK Airport identified themselves as federal agents, Minister Barrett did not respond. However, in a Facebook post, he offered special thanks to the U.S. authorities for kind courtesies and professionalism, while wishing his hospitalized father a speedy recovery. Contacted by news source and asked about whether the government minister offered any explanation to him about what might have taken place at the JFK airport, President Irfan Ali said there was nothing to explain. The president pointed to the Facebook post by the Natural Resources Minister. Reports surfaced early this morning about the minister being escorted from the flight and questioned by U.S. federal agents upon his arrival in New York on the Caribbean Airlines direct flight from Guyana. While government officials have stated that there was nothing out of the ordinary about the escort of the minister after he arrived, news source has learned that the Guyanese government diplomatic officials in New York were unaware of the minister's travel arrangements. In Guyana, airport officials were alerted to his travel after receiving a request for him to use the airport's VIP lounge, along with 3 members of his family and his driver. When the minister arrived in New York aboard the Caribbean Airlines flight, he was met by 2 U.S. federal agents dressed in plain clothes and a uniformed officer. The 3 were seen escorting him through the airport, as captured on this video. Officials familiar with U.S. protocol said active U.S. federal agents and uniformed officers are never used to greet or escort a Guyana government official at the level of a minister. They said that post is considered low-key, and as such, mostly retired protocol officers would be used if there is such a need. One official stated that the presence of 2 plainclothes federal agents and a uniformed officer would indicate that there was a serious issue or an ongoing investigation, and questions were likely asked by those agents. As Natural Resources Minister, Vikram Barrett overlooks the gold mining sector, which has come under scrutiny by the U.S. authorities over smuggling concerns. Just recently, 2 Guyanese businessmen, Nazar and Azruddin Mohammed, were sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department in relation to allegations of under-declaration of their gold exports and the non-payment of more than $50 million in taxes to the Guyanese authorities. A permanent secretary in the government, May Thomas, has also been sanctioned by the U.S. over her alleged role in a bribery scheme that involved the same businessmen. More news coming up in just a moment.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, We're the one for you.
Calling all small to large scale businesses. The International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Yeah.
Some tragic news to report now. A Linden man and his young grandson have been confirmed dead in an accident that occurred along the Suzdijk-Linden Highway this afternoon. 2 others were injured. The dead man has been identified as former national footballer Carlisle Hunt of Rainbow City, Linden. The identity of the dead child has been given as Malik Roberts. However, 2 other grandchildren who survived the smash-up have been admitted to the Mackenzie Hospital in a serious condition. Reports indicate that the grandfather, Carlisle Hunt, was a driver of the car that was involved in the smash-up with a wood-carrying truck. It is suspected that Hunt, who was heading towards Linden, might have lost control of his car and slammed into the truck, resulting in the car toppling over several times. The car was recently purchased and was still carrying trailer plates. Investigations are ongoing. Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben today said he is concerned about allegations of financial impropriety that have been leveled against Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus. On Thursday, the Guyana Police Force announced that Mr. Brutus requested and was granted vacation leave to allow for an investigation into the allegations made against him. The police force has indicated that the allegations will be investigated. Speaking to reporters today, the Home Affairs Minister, Robeson Ben, who has portfolio oversight of the police force, said an investigation will take place, although he could not say at the time who or what agency will be doing that probe.
I am concerned about the allegations. A review and investigation will be underway to determine what are the specifics of these issues. And the public and the press will be informed.
The Home Affairs Minister stated that the media will be advised on the conduct of the investigations. Leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, in a statement today on the allegations against the Acting Deputy Commissioner, said the Guyana Police Force cannot be expected to investigate itself. On Thursday, documents surfaced on social media purporting to be deposit slips for the police force's credit union, bearing the name and particulars of Mr. Brutus, the Acting Deputy Police Commissioner. While the force and Brutus himself have been silent about the authenticity of the documents, one of the documents showed a deposit slip for more than $16 million prepared for an account that allegedly belongs to the Acting Deputy Commissioner at the credit union. Another document showed the source of the money being listed allegedly by him as wedding gifts that were received before, during, and after his wedding in November of last year. As an acting deputy police commissioner, Mr. Brutus was overseeing the administration of the Guyana police force up until 2 weeks ago, when there was a sudden shake-up in the responsibilities for the top brass of the force. Brutus was transferred from the administration department to the special branch of the force, while a number of other senior officers were assigned to other departments. Leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, today called for a full, thorough and impartial investigation into the top brass of the Guyana Police Force, particularly Deputy Police Commissioner Acting Calvin Brutus and the Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken. During a press conference today, Mr. Hughes said recent allegations against the Deputy Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus warrants a full investigation. He said even more worrisome than the allegations themselves was the attempt by the acting commissioner of police to deflect attention from the issue by saying the allegations were untrue. Hughes said these recent events condemn the morale of the Guyana police force. The AFC leader said if the government is serious about having a clean police force, it must call in private investigators, preferably investigators from a police force in the Caribbean, to conduct the probe.
Any investigation has to be conducted outside of the Guyana Police Force. The Guyana Police Force cannot investigate itself, especially at the level of the commissioner and deputy commissioner, where you've actually had from the commissioner activities and statements intended to cover for the deputy. So this has to be conducted by an external agency.
He said Guyana is seeking to portray itself as a modern, rapidly developing country, and therefore confidence in law is the biggest requirement, not just for citizens, but also for investors.
And imagine saying to any person coming to Guyana to investigate that there are allegations against the second highest ranking police officer, and there's an accusation that the highest ranking police officer attempted to deflect an investigation or deflect inquiry, and then those two officers were in charge of the investigation conducted by the police force under them. So I think to start off from just the perceptive.
Mr. Hughes said it cannot be business as usual when those sitting at the highest level of the country's security sector are embroiled in controversy. Therefore, he noted, his party will be mounting pressure to have the issue properly addressed.
This is the least the people in Guyana expect and deserve, is that an external agency conduct that investigation. So the fact that they might have started the OPR is of no comfort to anyone.
The acting deputy police commissioner, Calvin Brutus, proceeded on vacation leave yesterday after his request was granted for his annualized leave to allow for a full probe of the allegations leveled against him.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that my crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will be open Mondays to Fridays from 8 hours to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 hours to 14 hours. For further information, contact GCOM at 225-027829, 226-6557, 8 or 9, 223-9650, or visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Still with law and order matters, amid increasing allegations of corruption in the police force, Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Dent today urged the Guyana Police Force to focus on integrity and to strive for greater improvements. He made those comments while addressing the force's 185th anniversary award ceremony. Speaking to scores of police officers this morning, Minister Dent challenged the force to undergo continuous evaluation and introspection. He said notwithstanding various challenges, there must be continuous improvement at all levels of the police force.
Issues of crime and violence is what we expect of you. And we want that the investments that we're making in new buildings, in infrastructure, in equipment and all assets, that those have to be commensurate with the progress that we're making. And so I want to entreat you all today to keep focus on integrity, to keep focus on the questions of improvement, both at the personal and at the levels between your squaddies and under your command, and also for yourselves. This is what we need now, more than ever.
Meanwhile, the acting commissioner of police, Clifton Hicken, said the Guyana Police Force remains committed to the task. He said already it is reaping the benefits of its 2022 to 2026 strategic plan and continues to see a reduction in serious crimes.
We are currently enjoying a reduction in serious crime, minus 18.9%. I want to pause there, give yourself a round of applause. This was contributed by the active presence of 361 community policing groups across the regional divisions, intelligence-led policing, such as crime mapping and predictive policing, use of drones, body cameras, CCTV to conduct real-time surveillance, hotspot management, among various crime prevention programs.
As part of its crime-fighting efforts, the Guyana Police Force today said it seized a total of 73 firearms so far for this year and has moved to establish an anti-terrorism unit as well as a strategic implementation unit with a focus on reforms. Mr. Hicken said there has been a decline in serious crimes in the country, which he credits to the commitment of police officers to maintain safety and security. In recognition of their outstanding efforts in combating crime, a number of police officers were presented with monetary awards totaling millions of dollars today. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton is this evening demanding that a reputable law enforcement agency such as the FBI be called in to investigate corruption in the Guyana Police Force and in other government institutions. He said with reports of high level of corruption taking place in a number of government agencies, the president himself comes over as complicit in the corruption and lawlessness by not acting. The opposition leader said the Guyana Police Force cannot rid itself of corruption and lawlessness, since they are themselves corrupt and lawless. He said that is compounded by a regime that is both complicit in and perpetrates acts of corruption and lawlessness and cannot take action against the lawless. He said the situation has now become the norm. The opposition leader said even while there are blatant acts of corruption taking place, ministers and other government officials have found themselves being routinely hauled in and questioned by the FBI and other law enforcement agencies of foreign governments, and in some cases visas have been revoked. The opposition said this does not augur well for the image of Guyana. Mobile Money Guyana MMG has announced that it is set to transform the business landscape with its seamless API integration for digital payments. The company said that businesses increasingly rely on online transactions. MMG's API offers a secure, fast, and convenient solution for merchants and web developers. The CEO of MMG, Mark Singh, said by integrating with MMG, businesses can ensure immediate transaction processing, which improves cash flow and operational efficiency. Additionally, the integration enables a smoother, quicker checkout process, reducing cart abandonment and increasing conversion rates. He also said customers will benefit from broader payment options as they can pay using their mobile wallets, enhancing their convenience and satisfaction. MMG's application programming interface is designed for straightforward implementation, the company said, allowing businesses to get up and running with minimal development time. The company said with access to comprehensive documentation and development resources, the integration process will be smooth and efficient. The API also offers customizable payment solutions, enabling businesses to tailor the payment experience to match their needs.
Calling all small to large scale businesses, the International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Yeah.
Be another car, or is it a house?
If you're looking for sweetness to put inside a basket, I am the whole thinking market.
Get ready for the 3rd edition of Blankets and Baskets on August 4, 2024. The Maltino's ground comes alive with Guyana's best entertainers and a vibe that can't be matched. Come for a chance to win numerous prizes, including the grand prize of a... Tickets are $6,000 with other special luxury packages from $40,000 to $120,000. It's the Blankets and Baskets Extravaganza. For more information, check out Blankets and Baskets on Facebook.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you are 18 years or over by June 30, 2024, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors PLE in all the registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, the 22nd of July, 2024. For more information, contact GCOM on 2250-27829 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Gaya's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Gaya Oil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
NYC, New York City. Get ready as the original Big People Party with the same vibes you've seen and loved comes to you this Labor Day weekend on Saturday, August 31st with some of the biggest one-man bands out of Guyana and New York. Look out for Super A, Murphy, Busta, and Super Terry. Big People Party! Along with the legendary Glenn Washington.
Baby, don't take my kindness for weakness. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
Glenn Washington and his band at Industry City, New York City. Get your super early bird general tickets at $40 and VIP access $150 all inclusive. And all are available at hjexperience.com. This event is brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment, Marvelous Entertainment, and GD Events. It's the original Big People Party at Industry City, New York City on Saturday, August 31st. The big and proper edition.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall. In the region, the United Nations has announced a regional response plan to support communities in the Caribbean worst affected by Hurricane Beryl, which swept through the region last week, leaving a trail of death and devastation. According to CMC, the response plan estimates initial requirements at $9 million and targets support for about 43,000 people in Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with the UN noting that these estimates may change as detailed assessments are ongoing. The plan aims to provide life-saving multi-sectoral assistance, complementing government-led efforts while ensuring the protection of women, girls, and other vulnerable groups from gender-based violence. It will also support the rapid delivery and resumption of essential services and livelihoods in affected areas, including restoring health, water and sanitation, education, and agricultural services. The plan emphasizes that gender sensitivity will be critical in analyzing the needs and in the response, as both countries have a significant proportion of female-headed households. Nearly half of all households in Grenada and 39% in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are headed by women. More than 100 countries are expected to back a global alliance against hunger that Brazil has proposed to counter the increasing number of people going hungry in the world, a Brazilian minister said. Minister of Social Development Wellington Dias told Reuters in an interview on Thursday he will travel to the United Nations next week to promote the alliance, a cornerstone initiative of President Luiz Lula da Silva to reduce poverty in Brazil and worldwide. Since Lula took office last year for a third non-consecutive term, Brazil has made strides in reducing food insecurity and poverty in Latin America's largest economy, the minister said. Brazil expects substantial support for the initiative within the G20 group of rich nations that the South American country presides over this year. The official launch of the so-called Global Alliance Against Hunger and Poverty is planned for the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro in November, but all issues regarding the agreement text have been fully resolved, Diaz said, paving the way for several countries to announce their endorsement as early as July at a G20 meeting in the Brazilian city. And finally tonight, international news. A landslide swept two passenger buses carrying more than 50 people into a swollen river in central Nepal early Friday, while continuous rain and more landslides were making rescue efforts difficult. 3 survivors apparently swam to safety, but rescuers by late morning had not found any trace of the buses, which likely were submerged and swept downstream in the river. Nepal's rivers generally are fast-flowing due to the mountainous terrain. Heavy downpours in the past few days have swollen the waterways and turned their waters murky brown, making it even more difficult to see the wreckage. The Home Minister told Parliament 51 passengers were missing and more than 500 rescue personnel have been assigned to the search operation. Elsewhere in the country, 17 people have died and 3 more people were injured due to landslides in different districts in the past 24 hours, he said. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.